So I appreciate everybody joining us tonight. Basically tonight, we're going to talk about the all new and improved IZONE sharpshooter system. I know that many of you that are on here have been trading the IZONE sharpshooter system for a while now, but we've recently added in a new indicator to the system called the Trendar momentum, which some of you are familiar with. Gives a ton more entries than the original IZONE sharpshooter system. Okay, the IZONE sharpshooter system has been doing great for us. Been one of our premier best systems that we've ever used and ever come up with. But we wanted to find a way to give you guys some more entries, and that was something we've done now with the Trendar momentum indicator. And I want to show you a little bit about that. And the IZONE sharpshooter system works great in trending markets or choppy markets. We've got some scalp trades, some swing trades, several different trades all on one chart. You're not having to, you hear us talk a lot about Apex. At Apex, we talk a lot about having more than one play in your playbook, having more than one club in your golf bag, being able to trade different market conditions. Sometimes you have a great trending system that you've discovered and you've really mastered and you have down the rules, but it only works during trending days. Okay, well, what about choppy days? How do you trade choppy days? You have to have a whole different system and complete different indicators and a whole other chart, and maybe you're looking to do some scalp trading as well in between, and that's a whole other separate chart. You got all these charts and all these monitors and all these different systems and rules, and the IZONE sharpshooter system really brings everything all together, all on one chart, and lets you trade all of those types of markets from one chart. Gives you a great overall view of what's going on with the market, what's the market condition, and it's a great system. Some of you are familiar with it and you've been trading it all along. A lot of you here on this webinar are brand new, or you've been with us in the past and you're just kind of coming on to check out what this is. So bear with us today as far as those of you that are very familiar with it. I'm going to go through and I want to basically do an overview of the IZONE sharpshooter system. It's not going to be hours and hours of an in-depth step-by-step training, but you'll see that really just in 20 or 30 minutes of being on this webinar, you'll have the system down. It's super easy. We do have a step-by-step training course that can answer all of your questions, and I'll go through and show you that, where you can find that if you want to dig in a little deeper. But I'm going to give you a good overview today, show you where you can go in and get step-by-step training and answer any questions you have. The training course will do that. But I'm going to show you at the end how you can check this out for a couple of weeks for just a $7 easy quick trial. Okay, so I want to show you the new system, give you an overview of it. I'm going to show you some charts too. I spent some time going through yesterday and today, just grabbing some quick screenshots. I want to show you how the system works. I want to show you some performance of it, and I don't want to go back and if there's one thing that I hate myself is I hate being on a webinar or hate somebody show me their new strategy or system and they're pulling some random chart from one random afternoon last October that just happened to work out. I don't care about that. I don't want to see that. I want to know if your system works right now. What did it do today? What did it do yesterday? You know what I mean? And yeah, I've got a few examples in here from a few weeks back or some old PowerPoint stuff, but I ran through several different markets and I pulled some stuff from today, pulled some stuff from yesterday. I want you to see what it's doing now, not just some random great little example that somebody gives you of a system. That means nothing to me, And I want to go through and it's always easy when somebody's showing you a new system to look back to the left side of the chart, you know what I mean? To look backwards and say, well, if you twisted your head just right and you were lucky and you happened to get in right here, look what the market did. Okay, well, that's great, but how in the world would I have known to ever get in right there? You ever seen that? Like you're watching a video or something about some new system and they're like, well, if you would have gotten in here, and you're going, why would I have ever gotten in there? How would I have ever known to do that? That's just luck of the draw. And that means nothing to you and nothing to me. If a system's not easy, simple, usable, extremely clear where to get in or where not to get in, it's kind of worthless in my opinion. And I would imagine that most of you would agree with that. And so I'm going to be very, very clear to you about the system today. Very simple, very easy, very defined, entry and exit rules. Okay, so let's just knock out a couple of things here. Like I said, system is very simple. I'm going to show you. As you can imagine, red means sell, green means buy. We're using what's called IZONE levels. So, as always, trading futures, options, or any financial instrument involves risk, may not be suitable for every investor. Any trading decisions you make is your sole responsibility. Information here is for informational purposes only and not a solicitation of an offer to buy or sell any particular financial instrument. And past performance not indicative of future results. Like I said, we'll show you a few examples here. Don't let the chart overwhelm you. Okay, I'm going to show you a couple charts here. For those of you that have never seen it, don't let it overwhelm you. I'll walk you through it here in a few minutes and it will make perfect sense to you. Just want to show you a couple little results here just over the last, I'm going to show you some examples from yesterday just to give you an idea of kind of what we're covering here. Okay, as you see on this chart, this is the chart of the NQ of the NASDAQ yesterday afternoon. Look at the timestamp here. I just grabbed some stuff from the afternoon, and Daryl had marked some stuff up here too. About 2:20 in the afternoon, as the market was popping up, market's coming into what we call an IZONE here. I'll explain that to you, and we had a turnaround in the market. Okay, and with our IZONE sharpshooter system, we had an entry, valid entry right here. Okay, followed that trend all the way down yesterday afternoon here, and we got stopped out right here. Okay, all the way down here, 30 points of profit. Okay, with $20 a point on the NQ, that's $600 in profit on one trade, one contract. Okay, one futures contract, 600 bucks right there. You can do one contract, 5, 10, whatever you're doing. That trade lasted till about what? About 250 here, right? Yesterday. Then let's look right after that. What happened as the market came down? About same day, yesterday, same chart. About 3 o'clock, came back down to this different IZONE. We had a long entry. Followed that all the way up here. Got stopped out here. Grabbed another 20 points on NQ for about another 400 bucks. Okay, and that trade went to about, what, 3 o'clock? And then I think I actually got this particular screenshot here from Mr. Chris Wall. A little bit later, he popped this long entry here. And I think he was up a couple $100 at the time of the screenshot. He ended up a little bit over 500 bucks. Okay, so this is the system I want to show you. And I'm going to show you a lot more examples here. I just want to give you an idea. This is the type of system I want to show you is how do I catch these trends? How do I catch these trades? When do I know to get in? How can I get some results like this? Okay, and that's what I'm going to show you here. And I'm going to walk you through all this. Now, the IZONE sharpshooter system, we use that to trade Nadex spreads. You can trade Forex, futures, stocks, or CFDs, okay? So I'm just gonna break a chart down for you a little bit here, all right? We're gonna kind of back up and we're gonna kind of start from scratch here. I'm gonna show you a handful of different things that we put together to build this system. That way you kind of know what's behind it. I'm gonna break each one down just real quick here. I'm not going to get into crazy details with you and programming and, you know, and bore you with that. It's going to kind of give you an idea of what is behind this system and then show you how we put it all together. And then we're just going to look at some charts and show you some entries and some trades. Okay. So Dave's asking right now, are those 5-minute charts? Dave, what these are called, if you look right here, see this is called 8/10 tick 5-minute bars. Okay. These are what we call continuum bars. All right, they're tick bars. They're not necessarily time-based bars, not a 1-minute or 5-minute or 10-minute bar. It's tick bars. All right, and right here, this 8/10, what that means is, let's say a bar closes up. Okay, for it to make a new bar, that bar has to go up by 8 ticks to make a new long bar. If the bar goes down 10 ticks, see, 8 or 10, then it makes a new short bar. Okay, so it's not time-based. All right, that's the one downside to time-based bars, is that we don't necessarily just need a random new bar on our chart just because the earth rotated on its axis a few times, a few degrees, right? It's not really telling us something necessarily. it's just making up new bars. And if every new minute there's a bar, then a bar, then a bar, then a bar, it can give the false, assumption that the market is moving. And that's not necessarily always the case, is it? It just has to make a new bar because a certain amount of time has passed. So that's why we use tick bars. But in the same time, it might take the market an hour to form a new bar. So to be able to get a good overall perspective of what the market's doing, kind of get the best of both worlds, we combine them. Okay, so these are tick bars. And like I explained, it's 8 or 10 ticks, 8 ticks to make a new up bar or 10 to make a down bar, or give me a new bar if it hasn't done 8 or 10 ticks within 5 minutes. Okay, so it kind of gives you the best of both worlds. It gives you an idea of time and of actual movement. All right, so all the bars that you'll see on the charts I show you today, okay, are the continuum bars. Okay, Darby, why are some so much shorter? Like I just said, because if it doesn't make an 8 or 10 tick move to make a new bar within 5 minutes, then a new bar is made. All right, so that's why some of them aren't a full 8 or 10 tick, because they didn't quite move a full 8 tick between 8 ticks within 5 minutes. Okay. All right. Yes, Steve, that is modifiable. Yep. Most of the templates you see us use, and most of the like on the indices, we use 8-10. Yeah, it's modifiable. Exactly. So, and I'll show you where you can watch a video, like a full video about our different bars, exactly how they work, different settings, and so on. Okay. But just want to explain to you up front, any bars you see on our charts are these continuum bars, and that's how they work. Okay. So let's talk about institutional zones. We call them IZONES. All right, hence the IZONE sharpshooter system. What are institutional zones? Many of you have heard about them. Many of you have heard, hey, the smart money moves the market, or the big money moves the market. The institutional money moves the market. These big investment firms and banks move the market. And you've all heard about, hey, follow the big money. All right, hey, when the market starts to move, or when the market starts to turn, is that the start of a trend? Who's making that trend? Is it just other traders that heard something random on the news, and so now they're all selling, and that's starting to make the market move, and I'm going to get in, and then it's going to stop and go back? Or is this the big money that's moving the market and might move it a good amount? Because if this is the big money that's moving the market, I want to get in and follow them for a little bit, right? We've all heard about that in trading, of these institutional zones and following the big money. But a lot of times that's what happens, is we're like, well, I understand that there's these big institutional companies moving the market, or I understand that there's certain levels of the market that are big support and resistance levels based on, institutional trades, but I always seem to get in late. I find myself thinking, oh, okay, the market's moving, but oh, it's moving, but then I seem to sell down here at the low, or I seem to not buy until right up here at the high, and then the market turns against me. Like, I've heard this, and I like the idea of trading with institutional zones, but what do I do? How do I know when to get in? Okay, well, here's an example of a chart with some IZONES on it. Okay, they're automatically plotted on the chart here, and new zones are plotted on the chart as new levels are made. Obviously, your green zones are what? Those would be support levels, right? Levels to buy at. All right, these reddish colored zones are going to be kind of resistance levels to sell at. All right, but what a lot of us, if you've ever played with these before, what do you find yourself doing? Well, if you look to the left side of the chart here, you're like, okay, the market was coming up. Oh, look, it got into an IZONE area, got into a strong, resistance level there. Okay, so I know that I'm going to want to sell soon, and oh, look, there's a down closed bar. Sweet, let me sell, right? Oh, but look, nope, market popped up. Oh, maybe it stopped me out. Okay. You guys ever had that where it's like, okay, those are great levels, but how do I trade them? What do I do with them? You know, do I wait for it to fully come out of it? But well, this one kind of came out of it, like it went down here, then a new bar formed and started to go down a little more. So I thought, sweet, we're out of it. Let me get in and go with it. Nope, pop back up. Or well, okay, I have these IZONES. I bought some random indicator or some random, you know, service that supposedly shows me these zones, but I don't know how to trade them. So let me slap one of my random indicators on it. All right. Abdul says, yeah, that's me. Yeah, right? Because it hit the level. You got a down close bar. The next bar starts to go down. What do you think? Oh, it's bouncing. Let's go. Oh, nope. Gotcha, Abdul. Thanks. Right? You know, and you're like, man, the market's out to get me. And it's out to get just me. I placed my stop right up here, and it popped back and got me. It's after me. Well, so you're like, okay, well, I have these zones. I have these levels. When do I get in? So I'll throw some random indicator. Let me throw a SAR on there, you know, or let me throw a MACD, and you might throw an indicator on there, and well, maybe it tells you, maybe it doesn't. Well, what does that indicator look at? You slap some random indicator on there. Is it looking at previous bars, high and lows? Is it looking at volume? Is it looking at order flow? What is it looking at? Is that one indicator enough to tell you, hey, that market hit that level, but now it's going to turn around? Well, sometimes the market can hit one of these levels, and then what can it do? It can bounce there for a little bit, right? Some crazy volume can come in, and it can keep going up to another level. You know what I mean? Just because it hits one of these levels does not automatically mean, boom, let's go. And just because it hits one of these levels and a bar or even two bars starts to make a reversal, doesn't always mean it can't just be a quick little retrace and pop back up and break through it. So you need more than just one indication that, hey, it hit that level and now it's turning around. And that's why at times not having the right mixture of indicators at these levels can be an issue, because maybe it's only looking at the last 5 bars high and low, and those last 5 bars were choppy, and maybe it's giving you a wrong signal. Maybe it's not taking into account volume or something that could push the market through there. Maybe it's not looking at overall trend. You have to have the right combination to know, okay, now it's time to go. All right? And so everybody understands what IZONE levels are. Okay, so now let's look at what are institutional zones. Well, I just showed it to you on a chart. You don't really care about the back-end programming of it, but it plots these institutional zones utilizing supply and demand zones from the last X number of bars, as long as they're maintained into the future X number of bars, and so on. It's not just plotting a random recent magnet level high or low. It's making sure that it's maintained moving forward a certain amount of bars. It will plot new IZONE levels when they're made, and it keeps all the broken levels in there for historical views. Okay. Speaking of, I want to show you one other thing real quick here. Notice these big levels here that haven't been broken yet. But look, as the market is coming down, starting to get to another level here. What can we kind of expect it to do there? It may not always just hit this buy level and pop back up, right? But what can we normally expect it to do at another level? Boom. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Kind of pauses there, right? Kind of chops a little bit, and then what's it do? Breaks on through that level. You see that? Kind of consolidates right there. Yeah, exactly, Stephen. Kind of gets there. And what are you thinking? If you don't know, okay, market hit this level, came down, perfect. Oh, now market's getting to this green zone level. It's going to come up. Oh, there's an up bar. There's another up bar. Well, it retraced. Oh, another up bar. I'm going to buy it. Nope. Went on down. Right? Exactly. Abdul says, yeah, that's when it scares me. It's like, what is it going to do? Well, let's find out. Okay? So, I want to just briefly run through a couple of indicators here that we use. All right, right here in front of you, these are the same bars that I just showed you. All right, but I also have an indicator on here called the bar trend chop filter. Notice that you see red bars and you see green bars, but you also see orange colored bars, don't you? Basically, what this indicator does, all right, it paints the bar the color of the trend as opposed to the color of the bar close, all right? For example, look right here. Up green bar, up green bar, up green bar, up green bar. What is this? It's a down green bar. How can a down closed bar be green? Well, because look, what happened right here? Kind of a little choppy, right? Just because this one closed down a little bit doesn't necessarily mean you're out of that chop yet, does it? It could mean that. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, right? So this is a chop indicator, all right? It takes into account choppy areas, so you're not just influenced by green or red bars to determine direction, okay? It filters out the chop with the orange bars, and this is a chop filter. This is not a trend confirmation indicator, all right, necessarily. It's more of a chop filter to let you know when you've gone through the choppy times, all right? So we're looking at the time of bars to close and previous highs and lows and so on, multiple indications here. So that is one of the first things we use to determine chop, to not get in on a choppy bar just because it looks red or green at one of those levels, all right? Now, I'm going to show you where you can get more information about all these indicators. I'm just giving you a quick rundown, all right? We're not getting real technical here. We also have our trend bands, all right? As you see, these trend bands, just a band that goes through the bars here, and you've either got green band or you've got red band, okay? Obviously, green is what? Showing the market going up, red going down. This is more of a trend indicator. Okay, and this is not an indicator that's like a standalone indicator. It's used to work with other indicators. Okay, and this is looking like, for example, the last X number of bars directionally overall. All right, so that's what we call trend bands, and they're either red or they're green. Okay, we also have our trend flip indicator. All right, trend flip indicator is a directional confirmation indicator. Again, it's not a standalone indicator. Okay. It is to be used in conjunction with others, okay? Yeah, Dustin says, my patient gets the better of me during these weird chops. I just walk away. Yeah, they can be very frustrating, very frustrating. I'm going to show you here in a minute how to eliminate a lot of those. All right, this is our trend flip indicator, all right? This is a trend, another trend confirmation indicator, all right? And if you notice something here, it's a little bit more of a longer term trend indicator. And what I mean by that, I'll show you here in just a second. But this is not a chop filter like the bar colors. It's more of a trend indicator. All right, and it's designed a little bit differently than the trend bands that I showed you. It looks at a little bit different things than the trend bands do. All right, that way you have two separate different trend confirmations. I remember we talked about that before. You're hitting one of those levels and you want to enter the trade. Well, you slap some random indicator on there. What is it looking at? Is it looking for chop? Is it looking at short-term trend, long-term trend? Is it looking at volume? Is it looking at crossovers of other indicators? Is it looking at X number of bars back? What all is it looking at? Okay. We also have our MVP indicator, which are these little triangle-looking things here. They plot similar to like a SAR, but they're a little bit different. They don't flip as quick. They kind of flatten out sometimes during some choppy times. All right, you see that as they start to flatten out, a little bit choppier times there. All right, and I'll show you how we use those a little bit. And then we have what we call our trend catcher indicator. This is one I want you to pay a little closer attention to. The trend catcher, this is kind of our short-term trend indicator. This is not necessarily looking at the last hour or the last, 30 bars. It's looking at a shorter term trend. It shows us what is the immediate trend of the market. What is the immediate trend of the market? Remember something I showed you here on trend flip? Okay. Notice how on trend flip, when you get down here, you start to get some green bars and some green bars and green bars and green bars. Then you get a trend flip, right? Here, red bar, red bar, bar, red bar, then a trend flip. A little bit longer to flip, right? What about trend catcher? Green bar, then boom, you start getting indications. Red bar, boom. See what I mean? It's a little bit quicker. The way the trend catcher works, see this cyan colored arrow right here at the close of this bar? The cyan arrow is basically a heads up arrow. It's like, hey, heads up, market may be turning around. Looks like there's going to be a turnaround and potentially a new entry. All right. It's not an entry. We don't enter on this cyan arrow. It's a, hey, heads up. Looks like the market's heading down. If it keeps heading down and breaks to this level here, boom, you're going to get a red arrow that's a confirmation of, boom, new immediate trend direction. Up bar, hey, cyan bar, hey, get ready, maybe so. Breaks it, boom, solid green. Hey, it's confirmed. Switch to immediate direction. Go with it. You see that? Okay, so basically we've got some short-term immediate trend indicators, longer-term indicators that are programmed looking at certain highs and lows and crossovers and X number of bars back. We've got bars that are looking at tick movement of the market and time-based movement of the market. We combine these all together and we get the perfect combination when we combine them with the IZONES of what's going to happen at those levels. And let me just show you a quick kind of glance here at them all together. At first glance of this, you're like, whoa, what is all this stuff? Okay? Don't pay attention to the stuff on the bottom of the chart here. What are we looking at on the chart? Well, what do we have up here? What are these orangish red colored lines? Zones. Those are IZONES, right? Sell zones. What is this green zone right here? It's an IZONE. Institutional zone. We talked about those, right? Okay. Well, what is all this mess? Well, we have our bars. We know what our bars are, right? Look right here. We've got a bar with a red shade, bar with a red shade. What is this? Bar with an orange shade. So what does that orange mean? Choppy, right? It hasn't confirmed to a red bar as a down bar. Remember we talked about that, right? And what are these bands? See these shaded? Those are the trend bands that are either what? Red or green, right? Remember our trend flip lines? Either red or green, okay? So all together, you kind of see the whole picture there, okay? So let's talk a little bit here. What is a long entry? How do we know that we want to go long? Now that we kind of know what the bars are, we know what the indicators are, we know what IZONES are. Let's talk about, okay, that's great, John. You just talked for, 30 minutes about these indicators. What do I do with them? I'm tired of hearing about that. Show me a chart. Here we go. Chart example. Market, look at the left-hand side of the chart. Market's coming down. Where is it coming down to? What is this green shade here? An IZONE. It's a buy zone. Do we ever want to look for, if the market's coming down and it's coming to a green zone, do we want to be looking for sells? Do we want to be looking to go short right there? What do you think we're looking for? What kind of entry are we looking for when the market's getting down to a green zone? Yeah, we're looking to buy. Long. Green means buy. We're not looking for a short trade there, right? The market's heading to a green zone. Only one trade we're looking for is to go long. Okay, so right here, the market hits this green zone. On this bar right here, okay, don't worry about these MVP. Remember these triangles I showed you? We're not worried about those right now. I'll tell you about those in a minute. What happens when this bar right here closes? Look at the bar itself. Does the bar itself have a green shade around it? Remember the bar coloring to keep us out of chop? It's not orange, is it? And it's not red, it's green. So we're out of chop. It's a confirmed, non-choppy green bar, right? What else turned green right here? Look at this band. See this trend band was red here, and then it crossed over and it flipped to what? Green right there. Also, look at the trend flip. See this line? Where did it turn green? Right there. See this trend flip line indicator we talked about? Where did it flip? Right there. Everybody see that? Green bar, green trend flip, green trend band. Also, what color of trend catcher arrow did we get right here? We got a cyan, which is a what? Heads up. Heads up. Market may be reversing, right? Because market's coming down. Got the heads up alert on the sign from the trend catcher right here. And notice the market's coming down. On this bar when it closed up, we got a cyan alert saying heads up, market may be going up. On the very next bar, we got the trend catcher solid green confirmed arrow saying yes. We've got an entry, a long entry. But just because that trend catcher green arrow popped up saying yes, go, we don't automatically go. Why? Well, first of all, we only go if it's bouncing off a green I zone, right? And we only go if everything else is green. Not worried about these predictors, but everything else is green. Does that make sense? Yeah, Dale says, can you set these colors differently? Yes, and we actually just released a brand new template last night. I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. It is so much simpler than what I'm even showing you right now. Like, you'll be mad for me even wasting time on this chart right here showing you. You'll be like, man, I'll show you in a minute. It is super clean. So everything was green. So again, market's bouncing off an I zone. We're not just using one random indicator that looks at one random thing to determine our entry. We're making sure that all the different aspects that should line up, whether it's looking at, you know, short term, long term, highs and lows, X number of bars, whatever, is all in place. And then we enter as soon as the market breaks 3 ticks above that bar. So 3 ticks up, boom, we enter, and we went long. That makes sense? We went long. Yes, Eric can trade right off NT. That's exactly what we do. I'm Ninja Trader. Yep. We went long. Okay. Everybody understand that? So when the market's coming up to one of those random zones, how do I know when to get in? That's how you know when to get in. When everything is lining up. Not just because you had, oh, it hit that zone and we got one up close bar. Let's roll, people. Nope. Not just because one thing, looking at one thing says to go, waiting for everything to line up, and then we go. Okay. Now, remember how I told you a second ago, granted right here, remember our MVP predictors, these little triangles? Those weren't lining up yet, were they? Well, we're not needing those to line up. What those are is we're using these to help trail our stops. So as the market, we get in and we're following the market up. And I can trail my stop with either the trend flip line or with the MVP line predictors, meaning I went long, I bought, the market's going up, and then when the market comes down, and then when it hits one of these predictors, goes 3 ticks under the predictor, I'm out. That's our trailing stop there. That's when I'm out, okay? So when I enter this trade initially, and let's say I'm wrong. Say I buy, saying the market's going up, and I'm wrong, and the market comes down. My first stop, where do I put my stop at initially? I'm going to put it at the swing low, which is right here. See that? The market came down. That was the low. Then as it started to come back up, I got in. If I was wrong, and it gets back to this level, I'm going to get out. But as this MVP is moving up with us, I'm trailing my stop with that. And when it hits it, I'm getting out. Okay? All right, Dale, what we're talking about here is for futures, Forex, Nadex spread, stocks, CFDs. Okay? That's a long entry. That's how we go to buy. All right? That's it. So on a long entry, we're entering off the I zones. We're waiting for all the indicators to line up green. We're trailing it with the predictors or the trend flip. How many videos and training courses and how many hours do you think you need to spend learning what a long entry is? You just did. You got it. Okay? Joseph, can it really be this easy? I'll show you some more here, Joseph. All right? Let's look at a short entry. Same thing, just backwards. Actually, it's the same chart I just showed you. Market came up here. Where did it get to? An I zone level, right? A sell level. Okay? So what happened right here? We're at an I zone level. The trend flipped red. The trend bands flipped red. Do we enter? No. Why? Because it's not perfectly set up yet, is it? And what happens? Market comes down, pops up, boom. What do we get right here? Bouncing off an I zone, we get a cyan arrow from our trend catcher saying, heads up, this may be it. And then on the next bar, what do we get? Solid red trend catcher arrow confirming the the sell signal. And at the same time, what's red? Trend bands is red, trend flip is red, and the bar color is red. So what do? 3 ticks below that, we go short, we sell. We follow it all the way down. When the market pops up, hits the predictors, 3 tick, we get out. Okay, that's it. Yes, Dave, exactly. It's all about the trend catcher. Everything else in the world can line up, but if you don't get that trend catcher confirmed arrow at the same time that when this confirmed arrow, say to go short, when that happens, everything has to be lining up. We don't just randomly go just because, oh, look, right here just randomly it's green, or, oh, look, right here things look red. It all has to line up. Okay? Darby, you get out 3 ticks above the trend. Well, like right here, for example, Darby, when we went short, see these predictors, these little triangles right here? You see that? We're using that as our stop. Now you could use this, this line here if you want. It's a little bit closer, but see how right here, there's a triangle, and then here's one. When the market went 3 ticks above that, we got out. Okay, that's what we're using these triangles for. Okay, so short entries. We're entering off I zones, waiting for all the indicators to line up red, and we're trailing with the predictors or the trend flip. Again, that's a short entry. You just learned it. Now, that has been our standard original IZONES sharpshooter system. Okay, Walter, right now we're not. Okay, we are testing it out on some binary stuff. Okay, but right now we're using it for spreads, stocks, futures, Forex, CFDs. Okay, so what I just showed you is our original IZONES sharpshooter system that we have been using now for quite a while. Okay, the one downside to it was there was a lot of times where the market may make a really big move, but we missed it. And we missed it because, like in this example, let's just say, everything lined up except for the bar chop. This bar color might not have been red because it might just not have flipped just yet, but it would have been a good entry. Okay, and what we've done is gone back and programmed in a new entry. Okay, and it's called the Trendar momentum indicator, and it's this indicator that you see at the bottom. Okay, looks complex. It's not. All you got to do is look at one thing. See over here the 0 line, and you've got negative and positive. 0 line means right here. All right, this is 0 line, And this indicator is either below the zero line or it's above the zero line. Doesn't matter what color, yellow, blue, don't pay attention to that. Is it above it or below it? And what this does is, it's our newest addition to IZONES Sharpshooter. It's also a chop indicator. It can keep you out of chop and out of bad entries, but it gives you a lot more entries than just the original IZONES Sharpshooter. It can override the bar color. It can be either or. What do I mean by that? Let's look at this example from NQ yesterday. Market's coming up. What is it hitting? What is this? A sell zone, right? So what happens right here? We get a cyan trend catcher pointing down, and what does that mean? That means heads up, market may be going down, right? The very next bar, what do we get? We get a confirmed solid red to go short. This trend flip line, see that? Trend flip line went red, short. The trend bands turned from green to red to go short. Everything's looking great there, right? Except for one thing. Look at the shaded bar color on this bar. It's orange. It's not till the next bar that it turns red. And we need everything to line up on the solid arrow bar. So what would have happened there? We would not have entered that trade, would we? And look what we'd have missed out on. Boom. 30 points, 600 bucks on one futures contract. Okay? That's why we developed the Trendar momentum indicator. It's basically a chop filter as well, but it can flip slightly quicker than the bar chop filter. And let's look. Down here at the Trendar momentum, everything was above the zero line, but on this bar, it was below. So that is the new addition to IZONES Sharpshooter. Okay? That's the new addition there. So everything, you've got to be bouncing off an IZONE. Everything has to line up red. But if the bar color is not red, but this is below zero, boom, it's still an entry. Okay? Still an entry. All right? Eric, no. We don't exit until it breaks the predictor by 3 ticks. It did not break the predictor by 3 ticks. Not just, we're not trailing with these predictors just because it hit it. All right, a couple people said, oh, you would have been stopped out on that trade right there. No, it hit the predictor, but we don't get out until it breaks the predictor by 3 ticks. Okay? All right, and sometimes that's a confusing thing there. Just like on our entry here, everything lines up. When this bar closes, as soon as the low of that bar is broke by 3 ticks, we enter. And if it breaks one of these predictors by 3 ticks, then we get out. Okay? So does everybody understand that? This is the newest addition here. Because if you've traded IZONES Sharpshooter, you've seen that, oh man, I've seen a lot of trades, a good number of trades where we're bouncing off that IZONE. Everything lines up red. We got the trend catcher arrow red, but I still got an orange bar. Like it's not showing me fully out of chop yet. So it keeps me out of that trade. Well, if this is below zero to go short, you can still take it. So it's either or. So either the bar color has to line up, or this has to be under zero, or both. Okay, and that's the newest addition that gives us a ton more entries. Okay, let me just check out some questions here. How big the size of the yellow blue bar? Does not matter. You don't have to worry about any of the size or color. It's just simply, is it below or above? Okay. In fact, I think in our new template, we just made them all red for below and all green for above. You don't have to worry about the programming back end of that. It just has to be below it. Like here, for example, had this been a long, that would be considered long. It's above, not below. Okay. Justin, no, we're not looking at volume at all. Okay, volume does not have to be exceeded. We have no rules for volume whatsoever in IZONES Sharpshooter. Okay, so Yeah, we're not doing that at all. All right, so let's take a look here. Guys, I'm going to move along here. If I don't answer your questions, I'll go back and try to get them here. I just don't want to drag the whole webinar out too long, so I'm not ignoring you. I'm just trying to keep us on some timing track here. Okay. But yeah, Walter, we are working on a few of those. I mean, we do have some people trading some binaries with this system. All right, we're just still working out a few things there as far as we haven't released an official IZONE sharpshooter binary system. There's a few things that people are doing that are working great for them. We're just still working out a couple things there. So yeah, Bibic, again, you don't have to worry about the size or color of these. It's just, is it above or below it? Does that make sense? On this short example, for example, to go short, got to be bouncing off an IZONE, red trend catcher, red trend bands. We have to have, it has to be on the bar that has the red trend catcher arrow, and either the bar color has to be red or this has to be below, and we take it short. Okay? So, and again, remember I showed you these others from yesterday. Look right here. Market's coming down, hitting this green zone. See that? Hitting the green zone. Well, on this bar right here, what do we have? Well, we have the green trend catcher arrow, right? Great. We've got green trend flip, right? Cool. We switch from red to green what? Trend bands. But oh, what's the bar color? Bar color's yellow or orange. Hadn't quite made it out of chop according to the bar chop filter. So with our original IZONE sharpshooter system, we would have not entered that trade, right? Those of you that have been trading it, you know that we would have not entered that trade. And what do we lost out on again? Boom, you know, another, what, 20 points, 400 bucks on NQ yesterday. But at this bar, where was the Trendar? It was above the zero line, so we took it. We took it. Okay, and that's really what this webinar is all about, is the addition of the Trendar. The Trendar works amazing, it works great, and it gives us so many more entries, okay? But it's still keeping us in line with making sure we're bouncing off IZONES, making sure the trend catcher arrow lines up with that bar, making sure the trend bands have flipped, making sure the trend flip is flipped. We're making sure that everything is in line. And do you see what I mean now about some different indicators? Shorter term, longer term chop, shorter term, longer term trend, things that are you got to have the right combination, okay? And let's see here, like the trade that Chris Wall took towards the end of the day, coming down to an IZONE here, pops up. Yeah, doesn't look like we had a full red bar there yet, but Trendar was above it, okay? Yeah, David, we entered 3 ticks above the bar, first bar. Let me show you some more examples here. So yeah, like I said, Trendar has given us a lot more examples than before. We still catch those big moves. We've got more trades each day. Our traders are loving it. You can look on our forum. They're posting trades all day long of, I got another one, I got another one, I got another one. They're in our elite trade room posting trades all day long. Just hit another one, another entry. It's amazing. Look at this chart I just put up right now. Does this chart look any different to you than the ones I've been showing you? Maybe a little bit cleaner. Is this chart that I have right here a little easier to see and understand? Yes, much cleaner, much easier to read. This is the new template that we put in the toolkit last night, okay? It's more of, I think we have it named a beginner's template, okay? But it's really everything you need though. Some of the other charts we had on here, some of our traders like to have on all these extra things and some deviation or expected volume. Do you need all that for the rules of the IZONE sharpshooter? No. You know, later on as you're a more experienced trader, if you want to be able to look at expected ranges and swing trading and volume and order flow, you can. But for this system, this is what you need. And this is what's available as of right now. Okay? This is what's available as of right now. And yeah, Joseph, we don't even really use deviations for IZONE sharpshooter. Okay? It's not really part of the rules at all. Okay? So this is the new template that's available. Super clean and easy. I'm just going to walk through a handful of charts here with you real quick. This was today. I pulled these today. This is NQ, the NASDAQ, today, January 7th. This morning, around 9:35. Where's the market? Right here, coming into an IZONE, right? So what do we get right here? Cyan, heads up, might be turning around. And notice it gives you this heads up on this bar. This bar was still red. Trend flip was still red. Trend bands were still red. Everything was still red here, right? But it still gave you a heads up of, hey, you know what the indicator form that's calculated in the background is, hey, even though everything else is pointing one way, could turn. Boom. Next bar, what happens? Green trend band, green trend flip, up close bar, green color bar, and green confirmed trend catcher. So what do? 3 ticks above that, boom, took that trade this morning. Followed it all the way up here. We got in at what? 43.35, went on up to like 43.55. Boom, 20 points this morning right there on NQ, right? What about here? Coming down to another one, pop, everything lining up, took that trade. That was like 9:30 to 9:55 this morning. What happened a little after that today? This is the same chart, NQ. A little after 10 o'clock, market's back down at another IZONE. What does it do? Green trend flip, green trend bands, green bar, boom, enter the trade, took it. That was like 10 something this morning, right? You see the time print on here, 10 to 10:35. A little bit later, let's see here, right here, coming down to an IZONE, everything flips green, except for what? The bar color still yellow, but it's above the zero line. Bam, got another great trade there. What happened here at 11 o'clock? Coming up to a short zone. Red, 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 take it. It's not a big trade there, but took it, right? Well, actually, no, it was. Look, because you didn't, now we would have got stopped right there. All right, because it did pop 3 ticks below there, okay? So still, you entered here, took it down, it popped up against you. You're about break even on that one. A little bit later in the day, after lunchtime today, great other short. All right, today on NQ, about 2 o'clock, great short. Got a IZONE, go short, everything's short, take it down. A little bit later, 2:30. Where are we coming at you here? We've got everything popping together here. We've got trend catcher, take it all the way up here. A little bit later in the afternoon, another one coming down to a long zone here. Another example there in the afternoon, just like earlier. Lines up, everything lines up except orange bar, but we're above the line on Trendar here, so we take the trade. We take it all the way up here. Okay, another 20 points there. On and on and on. Okay. The Dow. Some of you, I was showing you some NASDAQ. Maybe you trade Dow. Here's the Dow this morning. Where was the Dow? YM. Down at a green zone, everything lines up. Green, 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 but we got an orange bar, so we can't take the trade. But oh, yes we can, because Trendar is above. We take the Dow all the way up there. That's an early trade this morning at 9 something. After 10 o'clock, what do we have here? Got another quick one there. We've got a little bit later on the Dow, 11 o'clock. Got another short one here. We've got a short zone. Everything's lining up except orange bar, but Trendar is below. We take that trade all the way down to here. I mean, there's just trades all over the place today. Today was a great day. This afternoon, about 1 o'clock, down to buy zone, green flip, green bands, green everything, but that's red. But look, green Trendar. we take the trade. Okay. Any of you trade TF, Russell? $10 a tick. Very nice. Look at this morning around lunchtime. Boom, we're up here at this zone. What happens right here? Everything flips red. We got our trend catcher arrow, confirmation. Even this is down. We enter the trade. Boom, we took this trade all the way down to about here. Till at 1062, we got in about 1074. That's about 12 points on the Russell. That's $1,200 on one futures contract right there on the Russell. And again, all these that I'm showing you are today. Okay, ES, some of your ES traders this morning, coming down to an I zone, everything turns green, we take the trade. Oil, there's one on oil today, comes down to a green I zone, oil's great today. Pops up, wait, but it's a red bar color, doesn't matter, Trendar's above it. Boom, we take it. I went through and grabbed a couple FX pairs. Here's pound dollar. Coming down to a green zone today. Pops up, we get everything green, right? Green flip, green bands, green arrow, take the trade. Over here, same screenshot. Comes up into a sell zone, everything goes red. Everything's red, below it. This is orange, but this is below here. We take it for some more pips. Another pound dollar earlier, or a little bit closer to lunchtime. Down here by the zone, green, 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 arrow, take it up. Okay? So, guys, I mean, I can go on and on and on and show charts here. I think you guys have the idea. Okay? So, it's like I said, how hard is this system? It's really not. It's not complicated at all. When I showed you that first chart, you were probably like, what the heck is all this color? What is this? I'm confused, right? Well, first of all, we fixed that by giving you a much cleaner chart. Everybody agree the new template's much cleaner? Yeah. So, yeah, much, much cleaner chart. Very easy to see, very easy to use. It doesn't get much simpler than that. You don't sell at a green zone level. You don't buy at a red zone level. That's it. And everything's lining up or it's not. I mean, that's really it. I can try to give you some crazy examples here or some crazy complex programming and what we do, and this is a complex system that you have to understand. And you don't. You got it. I mean, yes, you got a sell zone or a buy zone. Do we buy or sell at red zones? We sell. Do we buy or sell at green zones? We buy. Everything lines up green. Everything lines up red. If you had this template right now, this template, do you think you could trade this tomorrow? Or do you need to watch hundreds of hours of training and videos? No, I think you see it. Yeah, we have a step-by-step training video. Yeah, take some time to watch it to make sure you got everything down. But this is not something that you need to spend weeks watching videos and really studying, and I'm not sure I get it. If you don't get it, just watch this video again or watch the training course real quick and start demo trading it. I'm not saying, oh, you got it, go trade live tomorrow. No, no, no. Get it, use the template, trade it in demo, make sure you got it down, make sure you're following the rules, make sure of that, okay? Be successful in demo and then live trade it. But my point is, I said this wasn't a training webinar, it's just an overview, but yeah, there's a step-by-step training course I want you to watch, but you got it. If you don't got it, you were probably halfway watching TV while you're watching this webinar. Okay? I mean, Dustin says his son's watching this too. He says, my 10-year-old just got it. He said, let me in, Dad. So, yeah, I mean, you got it. And like I said, the one thing I want to stress here is I told you in the beginning, and this is not a sales webinar necessarily. I'm not trying to sell you on something. Yes, I'm going to show you how you can try it out, and yes, we want you to try it out. But the one thing I hate, if I'm ever watching some webinar or presentation about some strategy or system, is there's always some guru telling you, well, if you just follow me and just would have known to get in right here, you would have made all this money. And you're looking at that chart saying, really? How the heck would I have ever known to get in right there? Well, if you turn your head sideways and you kind of think about the market doing this and you knew this and you were what? Like, what? No, your system does me no good if it's not clear as day. 1, 2, 3, ABC, enter or don't. And you can see it. You can see it right there. You know what an entry is and what it's not. Okay? And again, I don't want to go show you, I don't want to go look back to last October to find some great little screenshot to show you on our webinar. That's why at the end of the day, I just grab screenshots from today. Like that was the NASDAQ today, that was the Dow today, that was the Russell, that was the ES. That was like, let me just show you today. Because if something's not working today and it worked 2 years ago, if it's not working today, I don't want anything to do with it. You're wasting my time. You know what I mean? So, all right, let me just look here, guys. I know I've got a ton of questions coming in here. Let's see here. Dimitri, thank you. I think that was a compliment. Let me see, guys. Let me just catch up on a couple of things here. I know a lot of you have questions, and most of them I'm going to still get to here. Like some of them coming in, I haven't answered yet because I'm going to get to them here in one of the next quick sections. I'm just going to cover 1 or 2 quick things here, and then I'm going to show you where you can check everything out here. Clayton, do I prefer daytime or nighttime trading? You can use this to trade any market. You know, stocks, futures, Forex, CFDs, you can trade it any time of day. I personally, you know, I trade a lot of the US indices, so I obviously prefer trading those early morning, but you can trade this at night with Forex as well, or with anything else. Let's see here. Brian, in NinjaTrader, when you first open the chart and you select the instrument, you know, like if you're selecting NASDAQ or Russell and you click it, over to the right, towards the top right, there's a little drop-down box and you got to select diagnostic bars or continuum bars. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, I'll show you. Several of you are asking about, hey, how do I trade this with Nadex spreads? I'll show you here in just a second where you can get some info on that. Abdul, we're about to talk about some scalping right now. Steve, it'll work on anything. Yes, this system, these indicators, these templates, we have, our toolkit is designed to work with NinjaTrader. Okay. But that does not mean, and yes, and on NinjaTrader, you can any instrument you can open on NinjaTrader, you can use this on. All right. But just because our toolkit is designed and programmed inside of NinjaTrader, some people say, oh man, I'd love to try out your system, but I'm with MT4 or I'm with someone else. I don't want to switch my broker. I don't want to move everything over to NinjaTrader. You don't have to. Okay. Yes, you can use this on NinjaTrader. You can open an account with NinjaTrader. You can trade right off the chart with NinjaTrader, whatever. Okay. But if you don't want to move brokers, you don't have to. You can still just use NinjaTrader and use our toolkit and use our template and our charting as the charting to see your entries and exits. You can still place your orders on whatever platform or broker you use. Okay. So don't think that, oh, I don't want to use this system because I don't want to move my broker. Well, don't. You'll just have a separate charting system, or you're using this system, you enter your order on MT4. No big deal, okay? You don't have to switch over your broker at all. Okay, I know that that's been a point of confusion for some people, is you can chart on NinjaTrader without having a brokerage account with NinjaTrader. And we show you how to do that for free, by the way. We show you how to get NinjaTrader free, how to get data feeds for free. Like, it won't cost you anything, okay? Let's see here. Darby, I appreciate that. I might just do that actually. Let's see. Yep, the new template is awesome. No, but back, the new template does not have deviations on the chart because deviations are not part of the actual rules for IZONES Sharpshooter, but you can always add it on to the chart and save it under the template yourself. Okay, so you can definitely do that. Let's see here. Yep, we're going to talk about some scalps. Yeah, Dale, the webinar is being recorded. I'll show you where you can check it out and get all caught up here. Okay. Yeah, Alex, yeah, most everybody that you guys that are asking about how to add other stuff on or different settings, I'm going to show you where you can get all that information here. Okay. So pretty cool, pretty easy, great system. You see how it catches these great trends and all that. But you're like, okay, John, great little webinar there. Great little sales pitch, showing us all these big moves, showing us these great days. We've all seen these excellent, trend systems. But what about choppy days? What do I do during choppy days? How do I know it's choppy day? How do I trade a choppy day? Okay, well, let's talk about that. All right, when you're looking at a chart, you've got the IZONES Sharpshooter system up. And remember some of those charts I showed you earlier? Like, some of these here where it's like, okay, you got this big green zone down here, and we took it way up here to this sell zone way up here, and you've got some distance between the zones. That's easy. Let's take the trend. Cool. All right. Well, what about choppy days? What do I do when this market's going just like this and like this and like this? What do I do there? Okay. Well, first of all, I want to show you something, and I missed it. I was going to show this to you earlier. Was this the one I was going to show you? Okay, look at ES early today. We'd all call that chop, right? See all that choppiness? I think we'd all agree that's kind of choppy. Was there one single legitimate setup entry in this chop? Can anybody tell me that? Or did the IZONES Sharpshooter rules keep you out of it? Was there one chop entry there? No. Now somebody says yes right here, because everything was lining up green and we had a green arrow and this was above the line. So yeah, we would have taken that and got chopped out. No, we wouldn't have. Why? Because there's no green IZONE. What is this IZONE right here? It's a short IZONE. We'd have never been looking to go long right there, would we? Right? Okay. And then somebody says, well, this next short right here, because this is a short IZONE. We've got an arrow pointing down. We've got everything red, but this is orange, so we wouldn't have taken it. But, oh, yep, this was below zero, so we would have taken it. Really? Where did this bar close? And where do we enter? 3 ticks below the close of the bar. Did it ever reach there? No. You see that? Does that make sense? Okay. So do you see how following all the rules in conjunction there can keep you out of some chop and some bad trades, right? Okay, but another way to actually trade the chop, all right, is when you have IZONES that are close together. Like a lot of those charts we just looked at, they were kind of further apart, right? Yeah, David, exactly. The 3-tick buffer is kind of an insurance, okay? And that Annette, you're saying, how can you tell when you hit 3 ticks? I can't see or understand. I'm not sure what you mean exactly. For example, right here on this setup, we've got a green eye zone. Everything's green, right? And the mark, we got the arrow, boom. So when this bar closed right here, we had a setup. We don't just say, ooh, the bar closed, everything lined up, let's buy. We're waiting until the market gets 3 ticks above this price, whatever this price was. So when this next bar forms and goes up 3 ticks, then we enter. Does that make sense? Like if you had a live chart, you can put like a current price indicator on it, and you'll see the line on showing you where the price is. But when this bar closes, as soon as the market goes up another 3 ticks, then you would enter. It's just confirmation to make sure the market is still going that direction. It's just extra safety. But when you've got eye zones that are squished together like this, see how they're real super close? It's not like, oh, we just got this one and this one, or this one and a couple of, they're really close like this. And the market's been trending up, but then what? It gets here and it starts to come down and up and down and up. You know that there's chop going on, right? I think it's pretty easy for all of us to know the market's trending or the market's choppy, right? And so you see that the market's starting to chop, okay? Well, you can do what we call chop trading, okay? Where you can go in and now these rules are slightly different here, okay? These are a little bit different. When the market's chopping like this, and we get the trend catcher arrows, we get our heads up arrow, then we get a confirmed arrow. Everything does not have to line up. We're just saying, hey, I'm in a sell zone. There's a real close buy zone. Market's chopping. I got a confirmed arrow to sell. I'm going to sell. And what am I going to do? I'm going to sell, and I'm going to get out of it when it reaches the next eye zone. Boom. Just a quick chop trade. All right? I'm not waiting for it to hit some other indicator or whatever. I'm just going to take a quick trade. All right? Some people call them a scalp trade. We're just calling them chop trades. All right? Just a quick chop trade. I'm going to just take it down to that level and get out. Gets down here and it gets to this green zone. I get an up signal. I'm not looking at everything lining up. That's not the rule for this trade. I get an up signal here. I'm going to buy and I'm going to get out when. Boom. When it hits there, I'm out. Here it says to sell. I'm going to sell. I'm going to get out when it gets here. Yeah, did the market keep going a little bit? Could you have gotten more? Sure. But follow the rules. Get out. Okay? It's just when it's choppy like that, when the market's choppy and these eye zones are close together, especially if the market's straddling like an ice zone or deviation zone or like settlement, or you're expecting some choppiness between these zones, and just pop in and out of them for a quick, 10 ticks, 10 ticks, 10 ticks, 10 ticks. Is that as exciting as a 40-point move? No, but if you're trading the Russell, like TF for example, at $10 a tick, boom, 10 ticks is $100. 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 Boom, 10 ticks. So yeah, you can trade choppy, and you can get a quick 10 ticks, 10 ticks, 10 ticks when these zones are squished close together. Because when these zones are squished close together like that, and the market's choppy, where do you think it's going to be chopping at? Between those zones, right? Because it's those huge support and resistance zones are so close together, it's probably going to bounce between them until it decides to pick up some volume and break out and trend. Does that make sense? Okay, so there is a way to trade chop. All right, so it's an easy system to learn. You just learned it. We're bouncing off eye zones. Red is red, green is green. It's all in one system, all in one chart. You have a trend, trading system, you have a chop trading system, you have a system that keeps you out of some bad chop. Show you plenty of other trade examples here. You guys have seen that. A lot of you guys are asking about Nadex spreads. I'll show you where you can get some info. We have exact videos of how to use IZONES sharpshooter with spreads. We show you exactly how to pick the right spreads. Okay, there's an example, a screenshot of some spreads from some of Daryl's trades here. He's got some NASDAQ spreads. He's up 250 bucks on these spreads, 410 bucks on these spreads. Taking this long right here on the NASDAQ. Some other spreads here on NQ, taking this big short trade over here, up 600 bucks on these spreads, 1,060 on these Nadex spreads here. Okay. Let's see here. What is this? This is, I think this is another one of Chris Wall's trades from the other day. Popping down here, popping up here, going up 27.25 points on NASDAQ. And guys, always, you know, we all want to build our trading account, and we all want to, you know, have enough money to do more contracts, and that's great. But remember, you're not trading to fund your trading account. You're trading to fund your bank account. And make sure as you trade, make sure you pull out money. Make sure you are taking money out of your trading account and put it in your bank account and living and using it and spending it, and that's what it's there for. Okay? So we've been through a lot of these here. Once again, you can use this for Nadex spreads, Forex, futures, CFDs, or stocks. I'm going to show you where you can get some more info on that. Let me just check out a couple questions here, and then we'll move on. I know we're kind of going late here. Yes, Annette, so you actually enter on the next bar, not exactly on the green arrow. Yes, because that green arrow doesn't appear till that bar is almost done. Okay, so when that green arrow appears, then that bar closes, and then 3 ticks into the next bar, you get in. Okay, let's see here. Trendar momentum, Vivek, Trendar momentum, and none of the other indicators apply to chop trading. Okay, we're just simply trading between those two IZONES based on the trend catcher arrow. David, just loaded the new IZONE beginner template on the NQ. Looks awesome. Trades all over the place. Yep, exactly. That's the ones I was showing you from today, is that template. And yeah, there was trades all over the place. Let's see here. Yeah. Okay. So that's the power of IZONES, the mixture of all those indicators, takes it all into account. Easy cheesy. I think you guys got it. Now, one other quick thing that we've done, and some of you that have been with us over the last few weeks are aware of this, but we have several other trades that can be added on to the same chart. You know, some of you are familiar with the trades that Lori does called the C's, SEES, with several different scalp trades she's got going. We've also recently added in swing trading into the IZSS system. Okay. Swing trades are very easy. They're all over the place. They're super easy. Don't overcomplicate them. The hardest part of swing trading will be you trying to overcomplicate it and ask a million questions about indicators. And it's not about indicators. It's keeping it simple. All you're doing is looking at a chart. The market's trending. It retraces. You enter after it breaks a higher low. What do I mean by that? Just look at this real quick, because this is another trade that you can add on to the same exact chart. The market's coming down. What does it do? Pops back up. Then it starts to come back down. This was the low. This was the low. Then it popped back up, came back down. When it breaks this low right here, you see that? What do? You get in for a quick scalp. All right? Market pops up just a little bit, then boom, comes down. Where's the low again? Market comes down here. Here's a low. Then what does it do? It comes back up. Then when the market comes back down, when it breaks this same level, see, and breaks that, boom, enter in, get a quick 10-tick scalp. Okay? Or like even right here, it comes down, pops up. When it comes back down and breaks this low again, enter for a quick 10-tick scalp. Does that make sense? Am I losing anybody there? It's just called swing trading. It's when the market comes down, swings back up. When it comes back down to that same level, and breaks it by 1 tick, you just get in. All right. Set your stop, 10 or 15 ticks above, go for 10 ticks down. It's just when the market swings like this. It's called swing trading. And I know some of you are like, well, what indicators do I use? And does this have to line up? Nothing has to line up. It's just waiting for the market to break a high or a low. Now, there is an indicator though, because you can see this. You see what I'm saying, but there is an indicator in NinjaTrader which we use called a swing indicator that looks like this. It's all these dots. What are these dots? Well, the market's coming down, boom. Where's the dot? It's at the low, right? And what happens? Market comes up. When it comes back down and what? Breaks through the dot, which marks the low, you can get in. It'll pop against you a little bit, get in, get a 10 tick, right? Market starts to come back up. Where was the last high? Right here. So when the market breaks that high, boom, get in for a quick 10 tick scalp. Market comes back down, pops back up, comes down. Where was the last low? It's right back here. When the market breaks that low, what do? Hop in, get 10 ticks out of it, and get out. Probably the easiest trading you can ever do. Okay? And it's just a quick swing indicator. So we don't base it on indicators, oh, it has to be red or green. This is just marking the last level to get in out of. And guess what? Boom. You can pop it on to what? To the IZONES sharpshooter template. You see it right there? The same easy cheesy template I just showed you. Trading the IZONES sharpshooter system. What can you trade? You're trading the IZONES sharpshooter system, catching those big trends. You're also trading it to catch those choppy trades. And now you can swing trade off of it for quick little 10 tick scalps while you're waiting on your big trades as well. All on one chart. One chart. Trend trading, choppy trading, scalp swing trading. All on one chart. Not 5 different charts and 5 different systems and a million things to keep track of. It's all right there in front of you. Okay? It's all right there. And you see it pops up, pops down. When it breaks those, I'm going to show you where you can get some more information on all this. But there's just swing trades all over the place. Boom, broke that low. Come up here, come up here, come up here. Boom, broke that high, popped it. Came down, came back up right here, broke this high, popped it, 10 ticks out of it. Over and over, okay? So it's just very simple. You're going for 10 ticks, you're putting your initial stop at the swing high or low, and then you can trail it with the trend flip. I'll show you where you can get some more information on all this. So it's very, very simple. So you've got trending, chopping, swing trades, scalping, all in one, bunch of different stuff. And several other trades that we can add on to it that I'll show you where you can get info on. I don't want to keep you here, okay? So a couple things. First of all, a couple offers for tonight. If you go to our website, you go to apexinvesting.com, okay? And if you go to apexinvesting.com, it'll say join free now. And you can sign up for free if you're not already a free member. You can select a free username and password and get a free membership to our website that will give you access to literally hundreds of hours of free education about trading and different trading systems and so on. Okay, at apexinvesting.com. Sign up, get your free username and password. It'll say join free now. And that'll get you access to the site for all of the information, step-by-step courses, news plans, and so on. All right. But for tonight, we do have a 14-day trial, okay, for only $7. Our Apex Elite membership is $200 a month. It gives full access to everything. Our live trade rooms. In our live trade rooms, we have traders in there that are trading. We have leaders and moderators that are posting charts. There's a bunch of charts posted in the Elite room. There's IZONES sharpshooter charts. There's people trading the sharpshooter system in there, calling out trades, sharing trades, asking questions, posting their charts, saying, hey, what did I do right? What did I do wrong? Hey, it looks like a setup's coming up here on the NASDAQ. Like great community there. It gives you full access to all of the Apex indicators, the tools, the chart templates, the IZONES sharpshooter system and indicators, all the Nadex binary and spread stuff. Gives you full access to everything. Everything that I showed you tonight you can use, you can check out. You can try it out for a 14-day trial for only $7, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly where you would go to do that. Is once you sign up and get your username, free username and password, you log into the Apex website, go right here under Apex Elite Room and Tools, and right here it says access the trial and subscribe. And all you got to go do is sign up there, 14-day trial, costs you $7. You can try out the IZONES sharpshooter system. Guys, I showed you stuff today of thousands and thousands of dollars, okay? Try it out for yourself. I asked you earlier, hey, if you guys had this template, do you need days and weeks and hours to test this thing out or to figure out the rules? No, you've got it. Yes, there's a training course. I'll show you where to watch it. But sign up, try out the IZONES sharpshooter for 2 weeks for $7. Test it out, demo trade it for a week, live trade it for a week. It's $200 a month for the membership after that. But check it out for 2 weeks for $7. So what do you do next? Well, this is for new members, not for current members. If you currently have a membership with Apex or you currently are on a trial, well, then you already have access to it. Okay. Now, if you're brand new, what you want to do is, like I said, just go right here to the Apex Elite Room and Tools. Click this right here to sign up for the 14-day trial. Okay. You can download the toolkit and get rolling on it tonight. I'll show you where to get that. If you've been with us in the past, if you've been a member in the past, or you've even had a trial with us in the past, but don't have a current membership now, we will allow you to go ahead and do another trial since this is a brand new addition to the all-new IZONES sharpshooter system, okay? But if you've already had a trial, what you need to do there is you need to just request it in the help desk, and they will show you how to get set up for it. You go to the Apex website, go under the questions tab, and you'll go right here to the third one down, help desk, and you're right here to help desk submit a ticket. Just submit a ticket and say, hey, I've had a trial or membership before, but I was on the webinar and I want to do another trial. And they'll set you up so you can do another trial and try it out again for 14 days now with the new Trendar added to everything. Okay, so whether you're new or you've been with us before, you can go ahead and check out the trial. Okay, so first thing first, where do you go from here? All right, let me answer a lot of your questions for you right now. So first things first, Apex Elite Room and Tools. Okay, number one here, access the trial. This is where you sign up for the 14-day trial for only $7. Okay, the next one down, Apex Elite Trade Room. Okay, right here it says access the Elite Trade Room. This is something that you'll want to do. You'll want to know where our Elite Trade Room is. You connect to the room here, and it'll have you set up a couple things. During the daytime, like I said, we've got leaders and moderators in the room discussing back and forth all kind of trades, showing charts. Charts are posted in here. You know, the IZONES sharpshooter is traded in here all day long. And in fact, the IZONES sharpshooter charts are even posted in the room. Okay, so yes, I'm going to show you where you can get NinjaTrader and how you can get NinjaTrader set up for free. But you literally could sign up for the trial, watch the quick course, and log right into the room. Okay, and look here, IZONES sharpshooter. What is this? They're all right here. ZB, bonds, YM, the Dow, Russell, NASDAQ. It's already it's posted here. The charts are in here. Okay, ES, oil, gold. A lot of the charts are in here posted. Some of you guys are asking about Forex, right? Well, there's Aussie dollar, Euro dollar, pound dollar. We have some charts posted right there in the room. Okay, because if you're like, hey, I want to get started on this and check it out right away, I don't want to spend 20 minutes and set up Ninja on my own just yet. I just want to check this out. Well, you got internet access, log into apexinvesting.com, sign up for the trial right there, and then hop right in the room. The charts are posted. Okay? Now, third step down here, step-by-step courses. Okay? Okay, guys, some of you are asking about Ninja. All right, so the first thing to do, sign up for the trial. Okay? If you want to just use the charts in the room to start off with, go to the Elite Trade Room. They're right there. If you want to set up Ninja so you have it on your own charts, you can see it on your own, go to the bottom right here. See this? Ninja download, data, and all that. Okay? You see that? But actually, no, I'm going to show you a different place to go. Okay? Right here. This is the easier one. Questions tab, active Apex investing courses. Okay? Hold on real quick. I'm sorry. Yeah, right here. Active Apex investing courses. Right here. Setting up NinjaTrader, data feeds, and the Apex toolkit. This is what you'll need to do everything on your own. It's very, very simple. Just a few videos. I made these videos. I show you how to go to NinjaTrader website, download it, click this, click yes, click no, put this in here, get free data, get Forex data, how to set up your instrument list in Ninja if you're not familiar with it, and how to install our toolkit so you have all of our indicators. I walk you through every step, literally click by click by click. I totally wiped my computer, installed everything from scratch, and made short step-by-step videos to do it. About 20 or 30 minutes, you can have Ninja all set up, all for free, everything ready to go. Okay? It's super simple. All right? Now from there on this Apex, basically your whole world right now, there's a ton of information on our website, ton of videos, ton of training courses. Don't worry about all that. You just do this and this only. Step 1, sign up for the 14-day trial. Step 2, download Ninja if you want Ninja. Okay? Right here. Step number 3, step-by-step courses. What is this? IZONES Sharpshooter course. This takes you to the forum area that's all about IZONES. We have a step-by-step introduction to IZONES Sharpshooter, explaining the different bar options. A couple of you asked about, hey, what are the different bars and different settings? Watch that video to tell you what you can do there. Chart setup and template. This goes through what I already went through with you. What is this indicator? What is that indicator? What is that indicator? You got that. You don't need to know anything more about that. You don't have to build your own chart. You just go in once you have the toolkit set up and you just select IZONES Sharpshooter Beginner Template. You click it, you got it. Right here, a video on what? Entry and exit rules. Is this an entry? Is it not? When do I get in? When do I get out? Step by step right there. Okay. Remember I showed you about swing trading, about catching those quick little swings and trends. Rules for entry and exit on swing trades right there. Watch that video. Several of you are asking, how do I use this with Nadex spreads? Next video down. How to use the spread scanner, spread training, simple method to choose a Nadex spread. I have a small account, the small account method for Nadex spreads with IZONES Sharpshooter. It's all right there. If you scroll on down a little quicker here, it's a whole section of conversation back and forth between traders that are trading the IZONES Sharpshooter, questions and answers, great combo back and forth, screenshots of, hey, what did I do right, what did I do wrong? Everything you need to know is on this tab right here pretty much. Okay, again, setting up Ninja is under courses. Otherwise, sign up for the trial, get into the room, look at the charts in the room, watch the other traders in the room, ask questions in the room, watch the training course. Literally, guys, if any of you want to try it tonight, sign up for the trial, spend 20 minutes downloading the toolkit in Ninja, you got it. Watch some of these sharpshooter videos, be in the room tomorrow and demo trading it. That's it. We got IZONES, you got green and green, red and red. That's it. Okay. So I know there was a few other questions that some of you guys had about, well, what about this entry when that's that? We don't have time tonight to get into all that, but any of those questions on entry and exits and where do I enter and my stops, it's all right here in this iZone Sharpshooter training course. Okay. Yes, Dustin, instrument for US Tech 100. Yeah, it's in NQ. Okay. In NinjaTrader, it's in NQ, like you see right here. NQ. Okay. If you search that under the instrument manager, NQ, that is the NASDAQ, or what's known in Nadex as the US Tech 100. Okay. Yep. We already are, all of our, we're beta testing some NT8, Eric, and all of our programmers are testing it and getting all of our indicators ready for it. Okay. So guys, I hope this was good for some of you that have been with us for a while and been trading the iZone Sharpshooter. I hope you guys are excited about the addition of the Trendar momentum, giving you a ton more trades all over the place. For those of you that haven't tried it out yet, I hope you can see that it is a super simple system. I'm not trying to oversimplify something to oversell you on it. It's simple. Green level, green everything, buy. Red level, red everything, sell. It doesn't get any simpler than that. I mean, that's it. Okay. All right, guys. If you have any questions at all for us, I'm going to go ahead and shut us down here because I know we went way over. If you have any questions at all, once you're signed up for the trial, when you're in the elite trade room here, that's what it's for. It's for, as long as you've watched the training course at least once, feel free to ask any questions in the room. That's what the other traders are there for, the leaders and moderators are there for, to help you with the system. You can show them screenshots of your charts, your entries, what you did right, what you did wrong. Down here under the instant chat question, if we're on there, you can hop on and ask us a question there. Under the questions tab, like I said, third one down, help desk, submit a ticket to us. Let us know any questions. We'll help you out, get you to the right place. Also, be on the lookout. Couple things here. Be on the lookout. If you sign up for the trial, within the next day or two, you're going to get an email from me. It'll be titled "How to Make the Most of Your Apex Trial Period." And it's just me kind of walking you through, hey, do's and don'ts. Don't worry about this. Don't worry about that. Focus here. Watch this video. Don't watch this one. Make the most of your trial. If you're going to take a trial of this iZone Sharpshooter system, trial the iZone Sharpshooter system. Don't spend 4 weeks watching hundreds of videos on our website. Download the toolkit, get in the room, watch the training course, demo it. You've got a 14-day trial. By the end of day, by half a day in, you can be demo trading the iZone Sharpshooter. Make the most of your trial. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, guys, I appreciate that. Just let us know if there's anything we can help you with. Just contact us at any of those places there. Axel, yes, you would need to submit a ticket and we'll get you a trial to it. Okay, just say that John said he'd do that. So yeah, well, like I said, we can even if you had something with us before, we can get that done for you. Guys, I appreciate the compliments. I'm glad this helped. I hope this was a great great webinar. Yes, Dimitri, it is being recorded. By the way, one more time for those of you that came in late, on the Apex website, where will this recording be? Questions tab, Trading Questions Forum, right there. If you scroll down towards the bottom, there's a section right here called Watch Webinars Here, and I'm going to put it under Newest Webinars. I'll have it up here in about 30 minutes if you need to watch this again, or if you need to catch up from the beginning. Okay, so all right, guys, I appreciate it. Thank you for the compliments. I hope this really helps out. And yeah, Clayton, you can sign up for Saturday's webinar. Guys, the one on Saturday, all I'm doing Saturday is a complete repeat of what I did with you here tonight. Okay, it's just for the people that could not make it tonight. I'm doing the same exact webinar on Saturday. It won't be any different. The only thing different is I may grab some screenshots from trades tomorrow on Friday just to add in some new trades. Like I said, I don't want to show people trades from 6 months ago. Show me what's going on today. What happened today? What happened yesterday? You know, so Otherwise, it's the same exact webinar on Saturday, just maybe some new screenshots from tomorrow. So, but feel free to join us and get signed up for those trials, guys. Get going on it right away. Sooner the better. Let us know if you have any questions. I appreciate it. And everybody have a great night. Hit us up over on the website if we can do anything for you. All right. Thank you. You too. Have a great night.